morning.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's meeting of the Public Facilities Commission.
Good morning, Commissioners. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast live. Before we get started, I've asked Colleen Daly, the PFC Secretary, to take a roll call of the meeting participants. Colleen, if you would please conduct the roll call.
Thank you, TT. Please unmute your device and confirm your presence when I call your name. Beginning roll call with the Commission. Catherine Craven, Chair.
Present.
Larry Mamoli, Commissioner.
Present.
TT Lee, Legal Advisor.
Present.
Catherine Pendleton, Article Clerk.
Present.
And with PFD, Carrie Griffin, Director.
Present.
Brian McLaughlin, Senior Project Manager.
Present.
Scott Dupree, Senior Project Manager.
Present.
I'll read for the record the remainder of the individuals in attendance. Attendees do not need to unmute their device when their name is called. Dana DiMatteo, Assistant Director for Operations. Marquise Mecca, Assistant Director for Construction. Susan Rice, Assistant Director for Operations. Stephen Sirocco, Assistant Director for Construction. Karen Doherty, Executive Assistant. This concludes the roll call. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen. The first order of business before you this morning concerns draft meeting minutes for the Public Facilities Department and the Mayor's Office of Housing from prior meetings which took place on September 14, 2022. Is there a motion to approve these meeting minutes?
Motion to approve.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it.
Thank you. The meeting minutes for September 14th for PFD and MOH are hereby approved. Starting today with the Public Facilities Department, we have Carrie Griffin, Director of PFD. PFD has 2 votes on the agenda for today. Vote number 1 is being presented by Brian McLaughlin, Senior Project Manager with PFD. This vote concerns an amendment to the vote of August 18, 2021, regarding a contract with PMA Consultants, LLC to provide owner project manager services associated with the Boston Arts Academy project. This request is for an increase of $191,495.78 to the contract amount. Brian, if you would please present your vote request.
Thank you, TT. Good morning, Commissioners. As TT indicated, I'm here requesting approval of an amendment vote of $191,495.78 to the OPM services contract with PMA Consultants, LLC. PMA is the OPM for the recently opened Boston Arts Academy. This money is already within the budget of the project and will move from contingency and transferred to the PMA contract. The fees associated with this request include 3 items. Additional construction administration services of $101,923.07 for CA services on the project. Additional testing related to the air quality and LEED certification of $19,208. And finally, the third piece is additional testing and construction administration for installation of a jellyfish drainage structure in the back alley of the Boston Arts Academy building on 174 Ipswich Street, which is required by the Boston Water and Sewer Commission. That cost is $70,364.71. The first item, the additional construction administration services for the project of $101,923.07 over the time period between July 21st and August 24th of 2022, which is the date the project was issued a certificate of occupancy. The existing PMA budget had funds to support the project through July 20th. This request covers PMA's contract and managed service fees starting July 21st through August 24th, while Lee Kennedy performed work to obtain the C of O. The project team did not go before the PFC in July or August, as there was no clear date of when the certificate of occupancy would be issued, as some of the key building systems directly related to life safety required last-minute additional scope in order to obtain permitting from ISD and BFD. Specifically, the pre-testing of smoke control systems could not be performed until the building was fully functional. The delay in completion of the building negatively impacted the scheduling of these activities, requiring additional CA oversight from PMA for this time period. Once the building was complete, there was a significant pre-testing effort related to the smoke control systems that identified air across the elevators was too great, causing the elevators to not perform properly and a smoke vent. To achieve code compliance, additional modifications to the elevator shaft and at each elevator door needed to be performed. This additional work was impacted by fabrication delays, supply chain issues, as well as requiring the special inspector. Final fees associated with testing smoke control systems and lead certification, as outlined in item 2, could not be completed until the certificate of occupancy was issued. The building was occupied by BPS at the end of August and welcomed students the first day of school. Punch list activities are ongoing as we work to close out this project. The student staff are enjoying the building. It's fun to see people in the building, and I gladly answer any questions at this time.
All right, I'm not too sure what happened.
Okay, we heard you up to, last thing you said there, Brian.
Just letting everyone know that the building was occupied at the end of August. School started. Welcome students on the first day of school. It's great to see the students and the staff enjoying this new building, and I'd gladly answer any questions on this matter.
Great. Any questions, Commissioner Mamoli?
Yeah, what is a jellyfish drainage structure?
I had the
Sure.
same question, but I wasn't going to ask it, at the risk of sounding stupid.
Or do I have to ask John Sullivan? Because
Yeah.
that's a new one for me. I just,
Yeah, it's the name of the structure that filters stormwater. So the stormwater will enter this jellyfish structure and then be leached out into the area cleaner than as it entered.
okay.
John Sullivan approved it.
That's
I'm
the-
sure
that's
he
the-
did.
That's the imprimatur that we needed, right?
I'm sorry?
That's the imprimatur that we needed.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Vote number 1 is hereby approved. Vote number 2 is being presented by Scott Dupree, Senior Project Manager for PFD. This vote is a request to award a contract to Answer Advisory Management LLC to provide owner project management services associated with the Long Island Facility Preservation Project located at Long Island Campus, Boston. The contract price is recommended at $660,358, and the duration of the contract shall be for 138 weeks. Scott, if you would please present your vote request.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you, TG. As I mentioned, my name is Scott Dupree. I'm here today to request the Commission's approval for authorization to award an owner's project manager an OPM contract to Answers Advisory Management LLC. The scope of work for the OPM services is to assist the City of Boston in managing of designer services, design review, cost estimating and review, coordination of public procurement process under either Mass General Law, Chapter 149, or Mass General Law, Chapter 149A, which is the management of general contractor or construction manager. They're also going to help us review and negotiate of a guaranteed maximum price if the project is performed under Mass General Law, Chapter 149A. Establishment and management and review of ongoing project accounting and cost control systems, project scheduling and preparation and control, development and implementation of a quality control program for the project, construction mitigation and site logistics planning, management of certain project meetings, tracking and facilitating of timely resolution of general contractor or construction manager requests for information, submittals, change orders, payments, punch list, and project closeouts. A quick overview of the project. The site and building stabilization design will incorporate the Massachusetts Building Code requirements, the requirements of the Mass Historical Commission and/or the Boston Landmarks Commission, Commonwealth of Massachusetts permits, the stabilization recommendations from previous studies, and will provide additional recommendations on construction methods to achieve the stabilization goals in the most economical, viable construction approach without the benefit of the Long Island Bridge. The request for services is through the OPM Mass General Law 149A, subsection 44A and a half, which the overview was, we publicly advertised the project. So the RFQ for OPM services for the project appeared in the city record on June 13th. It appeared in the city small local business enterprise on the same date and in the Boston Globe on the same date. Additionally, the advertisement appeared in Combis and the Mass Secretary of State Central Register weekly postings on June 15th of 2022. This was a qualification-based selection and an evaluation process. So we received 3 submittals from 3 qualified firms on June 29th. On July 13th, we met as a selection committee and reviewed and rated the qualifications. Therefore, each member evaluated and rated the statement of qualifications using the criteria stated in the published RFQ. On June 13th, the rankings were tallied by selection committee administrator, and the following firms were shortlisted and ranked in order of appropriateness for the project. We shortlisted Answer Advisory Management LLC first, the Turver Corporation second, and the CSL Consulting LLC third. The selection committee then interviewed the 3 shortlisted firms on August 4th of 2022, and we unanimously recommended Answer Advisory Management LLC. All 3 firms had similar scores during the evaluation process, but during the interview, Answer Advisory Management LLC showed greater experience with permitting, managing larger and more complex projects. They had much better references, and the in-house capabilities stood out above all others. PFD is requesting an OPM contract in the amount of $660,358. The fee will be a base fee of $610,358 with an additional service of $50,000 for cost estimated. In conclusion, I am seeking the Public Facilities Commission's approval to award an OPM contract to Answer Advisory Management LLC, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any questions, Larry, Commissioner Vermolli?
Other than this is the first project in, I assume, the beginning of a number of projects on getting those buildings either preserved or updated for future reuse.
So right now we have, yes, Commissioner, we have 11 buildings earmarked for stabilization, which basically means we are going to mothball them for the next 5 to 10 years. And then once the master plan has been approved for the recovery center, we will then start renovating said buildings out there based on whatever the administration's feedback is.
Motion to approve.
Second it, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Oh my goodness, my face is showing up as the picture part. Oh, sorry, it's my whole volume thing here. Oh well.
Thank you. Vote number 2 is hereby approved. This concludes the PFD's agenda for today's meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn this portion of the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second it, all in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Aye. You guys have it, thank you. This portion of the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.